The Bold and the Beautiful. Scoop for Wednesday, October 29th, reveals Deacon Sharp will find himself on the hot seat. Also coming up, Liam Spencer will share his life-changing news with Bill Spencer. B&B spoilers tease Liam will be grateful to his father for giving him that final push. "I want you to go after your happiness," Bill told his son on Friday. "Get your family back and never let them go." Dollar Bill's pep talk spurred Liam on to buy an engagement ring and then popped the question to Hope Logan. Obviously, one of the first people Liam will want to share his engagement news with is going to be his dear old dad. No doubt, Bill will be thrilled by the news. After Liam's health scare, the father and son have become closer than ever. Bill will be proud of Liam and will congratulate him on going after and getting what he wanted. As for Hope, she'll share the news with her own father and her brother Deke Sharp. Deacon has been on Team Liam for months, so he'll tell his daughter he's happy she and her ex-husband have reunited. However, his good mood won't last for long. When his children bring up Sheila Carter, Hope and Deke have discussed, amongst themselves, that they hope their father's latest kerfuffle with Sheila will end the marriage for good. So, when his kids start bad-mouthing Sheila, and perhaps even encourage him to consider a divorce, will Deacon defend his wife? Or will he agree with Deke and Hope? Stay tuned. Hey B&B fans, are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. The Bold and the Beautiful, Scoop for Tuesday, October 28th, reveals the Logan sisters will be thrilled by Hope Logan and Liam Spencer's big news. Also coming up, Lee Finnegan and Sheila Carter will discuss their granddaughter. Plus, will Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes kiss? B&B spoilers tease Sheila. And Lee's surprising friendship will grow as they continue to bond over Luna Nozawa. Viewers know Lee is furious with herself for saving Luna and hiding her out, and Sheila could lose her marriage to Deacon Sharp over the whole thing. So, as the two women talk about Luna, they'll marvel about how they used to be at each other's throats. Fun fact, it was only a few years ago that Lee almost ended up in watery grave, thanks to Sheila running her off the road. But will the ladies come to a consensus about their granddaughter? Speaking of Sheila, she'd be none too happy if she was looking in on Deacon's current therapy session with Taylor. On Monday, he once again embraced his psychiatrist. But are Deacon and Taylor going to cross a line? Meanwhile, Liam will be over the moon now that Hope has agreed to be his wife. Beth Spencer is also overjoyed that her parents are back together again, as is Katie Logan. On Tuesday, Brooke Forrester and Donna Forrester will arrive, and Hope and Liam will share their exciting news with them. The Logan sisters will be happy for the couple and for Beth. But will Brooke, Katie, and Donna encourage Hope and Liam to set a date for their nuptials? Stay tuned! Hey B&B fans! Are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. At Brooke's house, Liam, Hope, and Beth celebrate the engagement. Beth declares this the best day ever. At Forrester, Donna and Brooke gush over Hope's new line. Joining Katie, the third sister says Hope's future is looking bright. Brooke hopes she doesn't put her personal life on hold, and Katie smiles knowingly. She's pretty sure there's no worry about that. Right on cue, Hope summons Brooke home. Donna senses Katie knows something, so Katie spills the beans. With Lee, Sheila tells her she can't believe she didn't lose her license for what she did. Luna only brought more chaos into their lives. She just wants her husband to come home, but he has to want to come home. They marvel over the bond they now share over their granddaughter before Sheila goes back to obsessing over her marriage and hoping Taylor can save it. Lee tries to be encouraging, but can't help but bring up the death threat Sheila made about Taylor. "That was just you blowing off steam, right?" Sheila explodes that she's not that person anymore and goes back to obsessing. She needs Taylor to advocate for her marriage. In Taylor's office, she and Deacon embrace, and he tells her that he can understand the heartbreak she's gone through, urging her to talk to him. After some ranting about how badly they've been treated in their relationships, Deacon tells Taylor he feels connected to her. He wants her to feel connected too. Taylor makes noises about this being inappropriate, but smiles when Deacon takes her hand and says she can trust him. "I'm here for you." Taylor opens up about the dreaded love triangle with Ridge and Brooke, and Deacon comforts her. As Sheila sends Deacon a message to come home, Taylor complains to the restaurateur about Brooke wiggling and giggling her way into Ridge's heart. She ends up crying in Deacon's arms, and before you know it, they're gazing into each other's eyes. At Brooke's place, Hope and Liam joke about Beth's big plans for their wedding, canoodle, and make heartfelt speeches until Brooke arrives. They chatter away until Brooke notices the engagement ring, and they confirm the happy news. Beth appears, and celebrating ensues. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Thomas Forrester will return to Los Angeles now that Matthew Atkinson is back on set for new scenes that'll air down the road. On Instagram, Casey Kasprisk, who was recently promoted from supervising producer to an executive producer position alongside Bradley Bell, shared a behind-the-scenes pic of himself smiling with Matthew Atkinson. "Hello! Nice to have Atkinson on set this week," Kasprisk said before adding an emoji to indicate Atkinson was back for filming. The last time fans saw Thomas, he made a quick trip to LA and offered updates on his split from Paris Buckingham. Thomas was also around to get the news about Brooke Logan Forrester remarrying Ridge Forrester, which brought a major outburst. Although Thomas initially blamed Brooke for burning down all his reunited family dreams, he later softened toward her. Brooke and Thomas miraculously hugged it out, but that doesn't mean he's forgotten about Taylor Hayes' heartbreak. Perhaps that could be part of the reason why Thomas is on the verge of making another LA appearance. Thomas may want to check on Taylor and spend some time with Steffi Forrester, along with the kids. According to early Thanksgiving spoilers, an unexpected guest will pop up at Taylor, Steffi, John, Finn Finnegan, Kelly Spencer, and Hayes Finnegan's Turkey Day gathering. Depending on B&B's schedule for filming these specific Thanksgiving scenes, it's possible Thomas will be the surprise arrival. Thomas may join the family fun and have a chance to take part in the upcoming holiday festivities. Of course, Thomas may also weigh in on some recent plot developments while he's in town, like the latest Luna Nozawa chaos, Hope Logan's revived fashion line, and her new engagement to Liam Spencer. Whatever the case, the bold and the beautiful spoilers say Matthew Atkinson's next comeback as Thomas Forrester is in the works, so don't miss what's ahead on the CBS soap. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Tuesday, October 28th, reveal that Sheila Sharp's fatal Taylor Hayes vow will bring Lee Finnegan's warning. Brooke Logan Forrester and Donna Logan Forrester will also have something to celebrate, so here's what B&B fans can expect. For starters, Liam Spencer and Hope Logan will continue to spread their engagement news. Now that Hope has accepted Liam's proposal, they're looking forward to a brand new chapter as husband and wife. Beth Spencer and Katie Logan were thrilled to learn Hope and Liam are getting married again, but it'll be Donna and Brooke's turn to get some wonderful updates next. There'll be a Logan sister celebration since Hope finally surrendered to her feelings for Liam and knows what she wants. Liam wants Hope just as much, so it's nice to see this couple on the same page and planning their future. Meanwhile, Sheila's unsettling promise will set off some alarm bells for Lee. During Lee's visit, Sheila admitted if Taylor ever crossed the line with Deacon Sharp, she'd kill her. Based on Sheila's history, Lee will obviously know that she means it. Even if Sheila downplays her threat in the end, Lee may warn her not to go off the deep end and find herself right alongside Luna Nozawa in prison. In Taylor's office, she'll be tempted to kiss Deacon now that they're caught up in such a close moment. B&B spoilers say Deacon will feel that same pull to Taylor's lips, so they'll be in dangerous territory. Of course, Taylor could be in genuine danger if she continues down this path with Deacon. Sheila's jealousy could be a real problem, so viewers will be eager to see where the story goes from here. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Taylor will try to re-establish some professional boundaries in the coming episodes, but will she be able to stick to that plan? The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Sheila Sharp may target Taylor Hayes' heart and cause a medical crisis for Deacon Sharp's new love interest. Sheila already vowed to kill Taylor if anything inappropriate happened between Deacon and the good doc. It's clear that when it comes to Deacon and Taylor's risky connection, Sheila isn't messing around. The fact that Taylor's getting so close to Deacon could lead to Sheila's revenge and elimination plot. Although Taylor will try to regain control of the situation in the coming episodes, that doesn't mean she'll be able to resist temptation indefinitely. Likewise, B&B spoilers say Deacon will spend Thanksgiving with Sheila, but that doesn't mean their future is secure. Taylor and Deacon could still find themselves drawn together, so Sheila could attempt to get Taylor out of the way sooner or later. Of course, Sheila doesn't want to go back to prison, and will have to be careful about her upcoming choices as a result. Perhaps Sheila could get sneaky about her plan to wipe Taylor off the map. Sheila might find some untraceable drug or poison that could stir up some heart problems for Taylor. Before Taylor was diagnosed with broken heart syndrome, she was told she was suffering from heart failure. If Sheila finds a way to secretly target Taylor's heart, then maybe Taylor and her loved ones would simply think she was misdiagnosed again. Sheila could spark a medical crisis and attempt to keep her hands clean in the process. Since Ridge Forrester came running to Taylor's rescue the last time she was dealing with heart issues, Sheila might hope the same thing will happen this time around. Sheila would much rather see Ridge shift his focus from Brooke Logan Forrester back to his former flame than watch Deacon dote on Taylor instead. Whatever the case, Sheila may have to get creative if she follows through with the threat she made against Taylor. Although Sheila may not succeed in getting rid of Taylor permanently, she could still cause plenty of drama. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Sheila may make some updates to her plans along the way. But bad news could be brewing for Taylor, no matter how it all goes down. I've changed. Man, if we've heard it from bold and beautiful Psycho Sheila once, we've heard it 1,000 times. But come on, did any of us really buy it? She cackled with granddaughter Luna after learning that she'd raped Will. If Sheila changed, it sure as bleep wasn't for the better. And then came the October 27th episode and confirmation from Sheila herself that she's the same homicidal maniac who shot half the characters with whom she interacts on a regular basis. When Lee asked her pal if she was afraid husband Deacon was stepping out on her, Sheila replied that she wasn't. But even if he was, it had better not be with Taylor. Were anything inappropriate to go down between the shrink and her patient, Sheila hastened to add, she'd kill the doc. Yes, again, we'd like to think that the show wouldn't have Sheila go so far as to attempt to murder Taylor, not if it intends to keep her front and center on screen. But then, Luna's killed 2 people, framed her mother, and sexually assaulted Will, and her storyline shows no signs of waning. Maybe the title just needs to be changed to Mad and Murderous. A bigger question than whether Sheila would actually take a whack at Taylor may be whether Lee will run right to Finn and Steffi to tell them one of her pals' screws has come loose again. Sheila may not have been thinking clearly, or at all, when she casually told Lee that she considers offing Steffi's mother a viable option. But Finn is Lee's son as much as he is Sheila's. Surely Lee would want to warn him and his wife that Taylor is in grave danger. Or perhaps fearing for her own safety, Sheila did almost kill her once too. Lee might elect to forget that she heard the threat loudly and clearly. The course of true love, or any love for that matter, never runs smoothly on Bold and Beautiful, which may be the reason that just as hopes become engaged to Liam again, her old flame, Thomas, is set for another return from the City of Love. Teasing the imminent comeback was Bold and Beautiful's new executive producer, Casey Kaspchik, who shared a photo on his IG story with the actor and remarked on how nice it was to have him on set. Kaspchik used the words, "this week," which suggests Thomas's latest return could be as brief as his last. But we all know he doesn't need a whole lot of time to shake things up on the canvas. If you'll recall, when the Mercurial Forester last dropped in, he spun out about his father Ridge, calling it quits with his mother Taylor, and reuniting with Brooke. The situation became very intense, but it all ended well. So, why is Thomas popping back again so soon? Well, the timing could be a huge clue. If our hunch is correct, he's probably back to throw a wrench into Hope's latest engagement. This time, to Liam. When Thomas and Hope went their separate ways previously, it wasn't due to lack of feelings, but instead, Hope's inability to commit to getting married again. Given she's since been engaged to Carter and now Liam, one could arguably conclude that she's ready to walk down the aisle, or at least stand up in front of the fireplace in the Forrester mansion and say, "I do." Hope left Liam for Thomas before because of his divided heart, and nothing much has changed in that respect. In fact, with Steffi once again in peril due to Luna's escalating evil, the issue of where his loyalties lie is bound to become a concern all over again. Should a seed of doubt be planted when Liam gets pulled into the Luna drama and Hope shares a close encounter with Thomas while he's in town, it could be enough for the bride-to-be to get chilly feet and start having hot fantasies about her ex. That, of course, may lead to Thomas's permanent return and a real storyline. Are you up for another round of Thope? Vote! Did Ridge get off too easily for breaking Taylor's heart? Steffi is very protective of her mother, Taylor, knee on the bold and the beautiful. So, when Ridge broke Taylor's heart again, fans expected Steffi to lash out at her dad. Yet, they were left disappointed in their scenes. Steffi is Tridge's biggest supporter. When Ridge and Taylor got back together, Steffi was thrilled. However, she was also concerned because of Ridge's history of breaking Taylor's heart. Steffi warned her dad not to hurt her mom again, yet Ridge did it anyway. He broke off his engagement to Taylor, then married Brooke hours later. Steffi was out of town when the Tridge and Bridge drama went down. When she returned, fans were anxious to see the father-daughter confrontation. Many assumed Steffi would lay into her father, but instead, all Steffi did was say she was disappointed. The lack of drama between Steffi and Ridge didn't go over well with viewers. On a soap opera forum, fans felt Ridge got off too easily. Thomas and Steffi are never allowed to cuss out Eric or Ridge, but at least other characters are allowed to talk crap about and to Ridge, wrote one user. I wished Steffi had at least got to admonish Ridge for breaking his promise to her to not hurt her mom again. I also wanted her to light him up for marrying Brooke in a nanosecond after breaking up with Taylor, replied one viewer. While Steffi didn't get to tell off her father, some people think the damage is already done. When Ridge reached out to hug Steffi, she hesitated and started to act like she wanted to punch him instead, one fan wrote. Steffi will always have her mom's back, and Taylor will need Steffi more than ever. With Taylor and Deacon growing closer, it's going to spark Sheila's rage. Sheila is determined to save her marriage to Deacon, even if it means killing Taylor. With Taylor's life at risk, Steffi's going to do whatever it takes to protect her mom. Sheila might be dangerous, but Steffi's a strong person who isn't afraid of anyone. Steffi and Sheila have had many battles before, but with Sheila threatening Taylor, it's time for Steffi to put an end to her mother-in-law's reign of terror. If Deacon thinks Sheila backslid over Luna, he's not ready for what she'd do if he cheats. Sheila Carter isn't one to mince words on the bold and the beautiful, and it didn't seem like she was messing around on Monday, October 27th's episode when speaking to Lee about Taylor and Deacon. The soap's resident queen of schemes has been pretty tame since she settled down with her husband, but the possibility of an affair between the good doctor and the restaurateur could fatally awaken Sheila's dark side. While Deacon was turning his therapy session around on Taylor, hoping he could help her leave Ridge in the past, Sheila was having a vent of her own. Lee had popped by the apartment, giving Sheila the opportunity to open up about the state of her marriage. She's of the mind that Deacon's seeking an outlet to get his head on straight about Luna being alive, and Sheila's role in hiding the truth is a good thing. But Sheila's also aware that the two are a bit too comfortable with one another. Lee scoffed at the idea that Deacon would cheat, but Sheila didn't put it past him. Her stance on the matter was clear and unequivocal, disturbingly so, judging by Lee's face. Without any care for how it would come off, Sheila said, "No, but if he ever did step out on me, it better never be with the good doctor. No, if Deacon and Taylor were together, if they ever did anything inappropriate, I'd kill her." Sheila has killed before, so she's not speaking figuratively. It's been decades since she last took a life, but she intended to murder Steffi and accidentally almost killed her son, Finn, in the process. Though it's been years since that terrible moment in Il Giardino's alley, It's a part of her history of violence. Deacon has been Sheila's main reason for keeping her darker impulses at bay. But if he forsakes his wife and seeks comfort in another woman, she may decide she's had enough of playing nice. Sheila's already lost Luna to the prison system. If she loses her marriage too, that could be enough to push her over the edge. The restaurateur hasn't been a model patient for Taylor, and that's not because he's keeping things close to the vest. No, Deacon is opening up, but he's opening up too much. From inappropriately bringing up Taylor's beauty, to feeling the need to embrace her, to weighing in on Taylor's love life. He's overstepped repeatedly. It's Taylor's job to enforce boundaries as Deacon's psychiatrist, but his flirtations and passion about the joy she deserves seem to be more about him than her. There are a few characters on B&B who use desire and charm as a means of coping when the Kai are going through a tough time. Deacon is one of them. But for all his talk about Sheila backsliding, Deacon can't be that concerned because he's putting Taylor in a tough spot. Stoking an attraction to see what it can turn into is not the behavior of a man worried that his murderous wife is regressing back to her old ways. It's the behavior of someone who is seeking control because they have lost it in another aspect of their life. That's a dangerous game to play when Sheila Carter is in the mix. B&B viewers could be in for a slow burn with Deacon and Taylor if the writers are going to carry their therapy sessions into the holidays, but it's possible that they'll fizzle out just as quickly as their attraction began. Deacon will be spending Thanksgiving with Sheila at Il Giardino. Presumably, this means the couple's marriage is holding on. They'll be hosting Carter and Daphne, the new budding romance on the soap, which may help Deacon and Sheila find their way back to their own love. What is clear, though, is that if Taylor intends to go after her joy, and Deacon's a part of the equation, she'll have a target on her back. Sheila's not going to take that lying down, whether it leads to murder or not. Does Liam love Hope or Steffi more? Scott Clifton plays everyone's favorite waffler, Liam, on The Bold and the Beautiful. For years, the handsome Spencer has had women fighting over him, and he's left many broken hearts. But there is one special person whom Liam loves the most. Liam's two main love interests have, and always will be, Hope and Steffi. For the past 15 years, he waffled between the two women, sparking one of B&B's famous love triangles. The never-ending love triangle ignited a war between Lope and Steam fans. Many believe Hope is his greatest love, while others consider Steffi the better woman for him. So, who is Liam's greatest love? Clifton answered the question in a recent interview with Swoon. Himself, clearly! The actor joked about who his character loved the most. All kidding aside, the actor discussed the iconic love triangle that made him a leading man. Like fans, Clifton is curious about the answer, and recalls B&B executive producer Brad Bell's response. I asked him, "Is the endgame Hope or Steffi?" He smiled and said, "There is no endgame. It goes on forever," Clifton explained. So that's what we do. If you think about characters as magnetic poles, you're going to have characters like Ridge and Brooke, who always get pulled back together. The Liam, Hope, Steffi triangle ended when Steffi married Finn. With Steffi out of the picture, Hope and Liam were finally able to be together. However, Lope's marriage faced many challenges, including another split. Hope went on to have relationships with Thomas and, most recently, Carter, yet she's found herself once again back in Liam's orbit. Liam's brain tumor scare had Hope's feelings for her ex-husband re-emerging. Hope ended her engagement to Carter and reunited with Liam. With Lope planning another walk down the aisle, it seems everything's going smoothly for the couple. However, if Steffi were to suddenly find herself single again, it would be a different story for Lope. Liam will realize Steffi is the one, and decide he wants to be with her. His indecisiveness will cause more pain for Hope as she realizes Liam's not as committed to her as she is to him. Liam tells Bill he's engaged again, but how will the Spencer patriarch react? Meanwhile, Hope and Deke push Deacon to finally face the truth about Sheila. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Wednesday, October 29th, include Hope and Deke talking to Deacon about Sheila. Meanwhile, Liam lets Bill know the good news of his engagement. Sheila discovered that Lee secretly kept Luna alive, allowing everyone to believe she had died. Instead of coming clean, Sheila hid the truth from Deacon, determined to keep her involvement out of his sight. When Deacon eventually found out, it shook him deeply. The lie made him question the strength of their marriage and whether he could trust her again. Needing someone to talk to, he sought help from Taylor. Though she initially resisted the idea of treating him, Taylor agreed to let Deacon open up about the damage Sheila's deception had caused. Sheila spotted them together and ultimately admitted that Deacon had been turning to Taylor for therapy. Elsewhere, Hope and Carter briefly celebrated an engagement after they took over Forrester Creations, when Steffi pulled the plug on hope for the future, but the relationship didn't last. As Liam recovered from being shot and surviving a frightening medical scare later revealed to be fake, Hope and her former husband reconnected. The spark between them was undeniable, and when Liam proposed again, Hope agreed to give their love another shot. Liam and Hope let Brooke, Katie, and Donna know their good news. However, Liam's family, including Bill, doesn't know yet. The last time they were married, Hope stepped out on Liam and had an affair with Thomas. On the Monday, October 27th, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam popped the question and Hope said yes. It was a big moment for Lope fans. However, not all fans are convinced by Hope's sudden change in commitment. Hope's and Liam's engagement has already received mixed reactions among fans on social media. Most are happy for them, while others can't help but remember why Hope divorced Liam. At the time, she was fantasizing about Thomas, who was also the lead designer of Hope for the Future. She was also tired of being with a man who had a conflicted heart. He was always torn between two women, Hope or Steffi. But now that Steffi is happily married to Finn, Liam is convinced that he's meant to be with Hope. Hope already proved that she's a commitment phobe. She rejected Thomas's numerous proposals. Also, she couldn't marry Carter after realizing that she had lingering feelings for Liam. But in Monday's episode, Liam proposed, and Hope immediately put the ring on her finger. Meanwhile, B&B fans on a soap opera forum debated whether she could fully commit to Liam this time around. The original poster noted that she deflected with Deacon and Brooke about being with Liam. She previously told them that she was focused on the present moment, not on marriage or a reconciliation. Most fans brought up the time when Hope had fantasies about sleeping with Thomas while being married to Liam. Other fans recalled when she couldn't marry either Thomas or Carter because she wasn't ready. One person wrote, "According to Hope, she's never ready for any of those relationships. She's just an unstable twit." Someone else speculated, "Big surprise. Watch her become interested in Carter again now that he and Daphne are getting close." Meanwhile, a third watcher noted, "I think Thomas will be back to complicate a Lope reunion. We don't need another anticlimactic reunion like Bridge had. We need drama and excitement." B&B viewers were disappointed by Ridge's and Brooke's reunion. Ridge dumped Taylor only to marry Brooke 2 seconds later. There was no angst, no drama, no catfights. The same could happen with Lope, unless Steffi is involved. She might have her say on the matter. Someone is bound to cause confusion and drama for this couple. Maybe Hope and Liam will realize why they weren't meant to be in the first place. One fan in the thread noted, "I have yet to hear Hope say she doesn't love Liam, and she is only marrying him to put her family back together." Sheila should be taking accountability for what happened. In the Monday, October 27th, 2025, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila spoke to Lee about her marital woes. She might have seemingly agreed that Luna is to blame for those woes. Lee visited Sheila at her apartment nestled above Il Giardino. Much like the B&B viewers, they were shocked that Lee wasn't fired from her job. The conversation shifted to Sheila's marital woes. Lee noted that Luna was to blame. It seemed like Sheila agreed with her. She didn't back down on Lee's claims, nor did she defend her relationship with her granddaughter. Rather, she was focused on her marriage. Sheila was dead set on fixing it, or at least having someone else fix it for her. Is Deacon and Sheila's love too toxic for a B&B reunion? Luna has done a lot of damage, but messing with Sheila's marriage isn't one of them. Sheila was the one who lied to Deacon about her granddaughter's death. She went back to scheming and sneaking around. Sheila thought she could save her marriage if she didn't tell Deacon that Luna came back from the dead and caused chaos once again. She thought she could keep both of her worlds separate. What Sheila doesn't understand is that she's responsible for what happened in their marriage. Now Deacon isn't sure whether to trust her again. First, Sheila needs to take accountability for her actions. She needs to apologize to Deacon for lying to him. Then, she needs to prove to him that she can be trusted again. Second, Sheila needs to take action and fix her marriage. No one else can do that for her, not even Taylor. Only Sheila can fix her marriage. Toward the end of the episode, Lee asked Sheila if she thought Deacon was cheating on her with another woman. Sheila was certain that he wasn't with anyone else, but she certainly doesn't want him to end up with Taylor if he thinks about straying. "If they ever did anything inappropriate, I'd kill her," Sheila warned. Lee looked at her with a worrying expression on her face. Suddenly, she realized she had befriended a killer who means what she says. Once again, Sheila is blaming someone else for her problems. Going to extremes won't work well in her favor. Sheila won't win Deacon's heart if she hurts Taylor. Lawrence St. Victor showed that even simple words about goodbyes can hit close to home. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter may be heading straight for a steamy new entanglement with Daphne after Hope dumped him for Liam. He seems to be moving fast after being kicked to the curb, and he could end up with another broken heart. But in real life, Lawrence St. Victor was in a far happier and reflective mood. He shared some poignant thoughts on social media recently, reminding everyone of an important factor in life. St. Victor opened an Instagram post with words that hit home for a lot of fans. When we miss something, or someone, it's easy to focus on the ache that comes with it. But that feeling of loss means something powerful. You were present. You cared. You were impacted. Whether it was a person, a place, a job, or a moment in time, missing it means it mattered. He continued by quoting Alfred, Lord Tennyson's poem, In Memoriam AHH, with the "It's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all," and ended with, "So instead of running from the discomfort, honor it. It's proof that you lived fully." He also shared a video from his dressing room at B&B, reflecting on a recent trip back to Texas to finish a Christmas movie. He explained how the car ride from the set got him thinking about the way goodbyes linger. To say goodbye to something, it can hurt and feel uncomfortable, but that is also a sign that whatever it is you were doing, you were present for it, and you were there for it, he said. He went on to call these moments sweet goodbyes, the kind that shape who we are long after the moment has passed. Those precious moments that are here and then gone, he added. Hopefully they show up again, but even if they do, it's going to be different. It didn't take long for the comments section to fill up with stories and gratitude. One fan wrote, "Not goodbye, but welcome. Youngest daughter gave birth to the cutest baby girl in the world just a few days ago." Another said, "Lawrence, you are magnificent and very smart, and you're always positive. I definitely will be watching your movie." Others got personal, echoing his message of love and loss. "Love this, my brother, but it's rough. My wife passed 6 years ago this Saturday. I love and miss her so much, but Ty for the great words and perspective. God bless you, brother," a follower shared. Another added, "Very true about loss. My parents have been gone for several years. Still gets to me to this day, but I remember the good times." By the end of the thread, it was clear this wasn't just another celebrity post. It was a moment of shared humanity. One actor reflecting on goodbyes, and a flood of fans saying, "Same." The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and updates suggest that Luna Nozawa might request John Finn Finnegan to take care of her baby. Will Luna betray the Spencers if her devious schemes unravel? And will she pivot to a different objective? After Luna set her sights on Will Spencer and found herself pregnant with his child, she became convinced that this little one would serve as her ticket to freedom. Naturally, B&B fans will remember that Luna faced a harsh reality when Electra Forrester reported her to the authorities. Will and Bill Spencer stood by without stepping in, leading to Luna being taken back to prison once more. Now, Luna is feigning danger from her fellow inmates, while in reality, she has merely persuaded her cellmate to assault her for the second time. This is just the latest scheme from Luna, who is desperately holding on to the hope that she can win her freedom and eventually make Will fall in love with her. Nevertheless, Will has firmly stated that his only concern is the baby. Similarly, Bill has vowed that Luna will lose custody and will have no connection with the child once he or she arrives. Even Katie Logan hinted that they could bring up the baby without the child ever being aware that Luna is the father. Should Luna come to the conclusion that her plans are not going to succeed, she might shift her focus to a different approach. If Luna is unable to raise this baby as a free woman and become Mrs. Will Spencer, she could very well turn against the Spencer family entirely. Luna may begin to consider other alternatives to keep the baby away from the Spencers, which might prompt her to call Finn with a unique request. What if Luna puts Finn in a difficult position by asking him to take care of her baby instead? Since Finn is already looking after young kids, Luna might want her father to step up and support his grandchild too. However, that doesn't guarantee Finn would agree, especially since Steffi Forrester Finnegan would likely react strongly and probably say a definite no. Nonetheless, Luna could attempt to convince Finn that her baby would have a better life away from the spoiled and harsh Spencers, at least if things don't turn out as she expected. Doesn't he get a say in all of this? That's what a lot of the bold and the beautiful fans can't help but wonder when it comes to Will Spencer. Luna Nozawa is currently in prison and carrying his baby. And while it's not a situation that anyone wants to be in, it's not like anyone asked Will how he feels about the matter on his end. After all, there's no doubt in anyone's head that he feels conflicted. He was sexually assaulted and used by Luna, and now she's carrying his future child. Sure, Will is going to love that bab when he or she is born, but can he raise that child knowing that Luna is the mother? Of course, B&B fans had a lot to say about the matter on social media. Some even commented with, "Does Will want the baby? It's messed up, the way he's becoming a father, but so far, Bill and Katie have shown interest in having the baby, while Will, understandably so, hasn't shown any emotion as to whether or not he wants to have or will be taking custody of said baby." Another fan of the show wrote, "Why would he want the baby? A constant reminder of being violated. They should put the baby up for adoption and get on with their lives." And then there was this comment as well. "No one has bothered to ask Will what he wants. Luna delusionally thinks the baby will make Will fall in love with her, and Bill and Katie think they will get custody, but no one has asked Will what he even wants. He may want to give the baby up for adoption." Now, as far as what's next remains to be seen. The bold and the beautiful fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. B&B airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. For now, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are in for Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. In the next episode, fans can expect Bill Spencer to make a happy discovery. Meanwhile, Hope Logan and Deke Sharp pressure Deacon Sharp to dump Sheila Carter Sharp. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start with Liam Spencer, who just proposed to Hope again. This time, Hope is single and has been thinking about her life with Liam and Beth Spencer. Now that Carter Walton has moved on and Liam is no longer dying, there has been a marriage proposal. Hope instantly accepted the marriage proposal. Now, Liam and Hope will be sharing the news with everyone. While Hope meets up with Brooke Logan Forrester, Liam will give his father an update. Bill will be overjoyed that Liam has gotten his family back. However, just how long will this Lope reunion last before something happens? Hope and Liam don't have a very good track record. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, October 29th, reveal that Deacon isn't sure what to do. One part of him wonders if he's supposed to be with Sheila. However, the other part of him wants something new with Taylor Hayes. Sheila did tell Lee Finnegan that she would kill Taylor, but later claimed it was out of anger. So, when Sheila finds out that Deacon is moving on with Taylor, how will the reformed villain react? Sure, she's reformed, but it was Deacon's love that helped with that. If she loses the only person in her corner, then I worry that Sheila could go back to her old ways. Tomorrow's episode will also feature Deke and Hope talking to Deacon. The siblings will join forces to convince Deacon to dump Sheila. However, it's not that easy and really needs to be Deacon's decision. I worry that Deacon could cave under the pressure and later realize Sheila was his person. Taylor is okay, I guess, but I don't see any sizzle with them. I guess time will tell, so fans will just have to stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Wednesday, October 29th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers document that Deacon Sharp had a good heart-to-heart with his grown son. He admitted that Taylor Hayes makes him feel good. That was an ominous statement, and one that Sheila Carter Sharp wouldn't want to hear. But she's put herself in a bad spot. It could extend their separation and lead to divorce. Deacon feels he can't trust his wife but still loves her. However, Taylor repeated to Sheila what she had reinforced with Deacon. His wife chose Luna Nozawa over him. It would be easy to answer the subject header with a yes or no. But this is a more nuanced question, which fits soap timelines perfectly. Deacon needs to explore his feelings rather than just bolt from Sheila, leaving the audience wondering. The couple might have an indefinite separation, and Taylor surely isn't encouraging a return to his wife. Would a real-world psychiatrist agree to see the husband of a woman who tried killing her daughter? Taylor decided that she could separate her personal feelings for Sheila from her professional judgments. But if that's true, then why did she voluntarily inject Luna's name into the conversation and play Sheila's defense of her as an either-or choice? The answer to the above question seems obvious. Unless her line of conversation changes in upcoming sessions, Taylor is trying to steer Deacon away from Sheila because she believes she's a destabilizing influence. Eric Deke Sharp hadn't been seen on B&B since 2003, when he was a young child. This character appeared on sister show The Young and the Restless in 2010 and appeared to be in his later elementary school years. Hope Logan was dealing with the end of one relationship with Carter Walton and the restart of another with Liam Spencer. Deke's conversation with his dad followed one Hope had with Deacon. Both of Deacon's children have joined in telling their father that they are concerned about him, specifically because of Sheila, so they agree with Taylor. For the moment, Deacon needs to focus on himself. After he's had a chance to see if his thoughts and feelings are aligned, then he'll be prepared to make a final decision about the state of his marriage. Deacon needs more time after learning that Sheila kept Luna's existence a secret from him. That was a significant event, but it's also one that he can choose to forgive if Deacon's able to maintain trust with his wife. Yet, he also knows that many people could be endangered if he breaks from Sheila for good. That realistic assessment puts him in what feels like an impossible position. This site is a leading source for everything linked to The Bold and the Beautiful. Check back regularly for B&B spoilers and news. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and updates suggest that Ridge Forrester might issue a 6-word warning to Deacon Sharp. Ridge's protective instincts concerning Taylor Hayes will surely kick in regarding the romantic developments, indicating that a confrontation between Ridge and Deacon is likely on the horizon. Deacon remains married to Sheila Sharp, but their relationship is currently strained due to the numerous secrets she has kept about Luna Nozawa. Sheila is making efforts to mend their relationship, hoping to persuade Deacon not to give up on her just yet. Although Deacon loves Sheila, he is finding it difficult to figure out the next steps. Additionally, he is encountering many critics who believe he would be better off leaving his wife for good. While Taylor cannot dictate what Deacon should do regarding his marriage, she has been providing him with advice to help him make his own choices. Deacon is now prepared to give his own counsel and persuade Taylor to completely forget about Ridge. The preview video for B&B during the week of October 27-31 also features Deacon looking into Taylor's eyes while gently wiping away her tears. In a moment full of tension, Taylor and Deacon lean in as if they're about to share a kiss, indicating that their bond will deepen in the upcoming scenes. Regardless of whether Deacon and Taylor's relationship blossoms into a true romance, it's inevitable that Ridge will become part of the equation at some point. One can easily envision Ridge either overhearing or catching a glimpse of a significant moment between Taylor and Deacon in the near future. Ridge might be listening in as Taylor confides in Steffi Forrester Finnegan regarding her complicated feelings for Deacon. Regardless of the situation, Ridge appears ready to confront Deacon and issue some threats. This leads us to the succinct 6-word warning Ridge might give to Deacon: stay away from Taylor or else. Although Ridge is no longer in a committed relationship with Taylor, she remains the mother of his children and someone he will always endeavor to protect. Deacon might argue that Taylor is capable of handling herself, but that won't prevent Ridge from confronting Deacon and expressing his discontent. Ridge might contend that he doesn't hold Deacon responsible for wanting to move on from Sheila, yet he will likely view Taylor as unattainable. With Deacon and Sheila set to celebrate Thanksgiving together, does this imply that he'll have moved on from Taylor by that time? Is it possible that Deacon could attempt to mend his relationship with Sheila, only to leave the possibility of a romance with Taylor open after Thanksgiving? In any case, The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate that Ridge will soon receive some troubling news regarding Taylor and Deacon, prompting him to react strongly to their unusual bond. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester may clash over Deke Sharp's designs. Will the fashion line's new direction hit a snag? Deke definitely impressed Hope after he placed his portfolio in the stack she was reviewing. Hope had been on the hunt for something exciting and fresh, but she still needed it to fit her overall vision for Hope for the future. Deke is Hope's half-brother, so he knows her pretty well and was able to anticipate exactly what she had in mind. Now that Deke's been hired, Hope is looking forward to introducing his edgier styles and giving Hope for the future a much-needed makeover. Ridge Forrester, Brooke Logan, Forrester, and Carter Walton also approve of Deke's work, but how will Steffi react once she checks out his sketches? Someone has to provide some drama, so B&B may deliver it in the form of Steffi's complaints. Steffi may not agree that Deke's designs are quite right for Hope for the future. In fact, Steffi may not support reviving the line at all. It's easy to imagine Steffi trying to assign Deke another project at Forrester Creations, one that she feels would be better suited to his talent. Steffi might have another job for Deke and leave Hope fuming if she feels like Steffi's trying to steal him. Even Deke might be tempted by whatever offer Steffi might make, so that could create some conflict with Hope too. However, Hope will be determined to fight for her line and give it a chance to make a real splash in the fashion industry again. Although Hope for the Future's been out of the game for a while, this is Hope's opportunity to give it a refresh and make it a key player once more. Steffi may come around despite any griping she might do early on, especially if she likes the results of an upcoming preview. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say a fashion show will take center stage down the road, so stay tuned for updates on whether that'll lead to good news for Hope for the future. The Bold and the Beautiful announced exciting hiring news today: a brand new history-making executive producer. According to Deadline, supervising producer Casey Kaspczyk has been promoted and joins Bradley Bell, who will continue to be an executive producer and the show's head writer. The show was created by Bradley's parents, Lee Phillip Bell and William Bell, and the promotion of Kaspczyk marks the first time that a person outside of the legendary Bell family will executive produce. Kaspczyk has worked for the Bells for 22 years. He's served as an associate producer, supervising producer, and hosts Bold Live on YouTube, where he interviews the stars of the CBS soap. Deadline reported that Bell wrote a memo to the cast and crew, writing, "22 years ago, Casey Kaspczyk joined The Bold and the Beautiful at the front desk. Since then, Casey has flourished in every level of production," he added. Casey's commitment and dedication to The Bold and the Beautiful has been extraordinary. Casey's creative accomplishments are too vast to quantify, as he has continually elevated the show to new heights. Bell has been the sole person heading the CBS show since his parents stepped down in '96. The promotion marks a huge change at the top, as Bradley was in charge for the last 3 decades. Congratulations, Casey Kaspczyk. We wish you all the best in your new position. Meanwhile, B&B is on fire right now with a front-burner storyline involving a very soapy situation. Bad girl Luna Nozawa came back from the dead to have sex with her drunk crush and is now pregnant. Luna is from the proverbial wrong side of the tracks, while her baby daddy, Will Spencer, is from one of LA's most prestigious families. But wait, there's more! Luna is back in prison where she belongs and had an inmate beat her in order to get out of jail. That strategy won't work, and Luna is sure to bring the dramarama with her next outrageous move. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that non-fans of the waffling triangle involving Hope Logan, Liam Spencer, and Steffi Forrester are in luck, for the time being anyway. Steffi Wassi and Hope wasted too many years fighting over Liam, who happily ping-ponged between them both. What has changed to dilute this dynamic? Scott Clifton talked to Daytime Confidential while on the red carpet at the Daytime Emmys, and he shed some light on this situation. Let's dive into the messy history and find out. When John Finn Finnegan burst on the scene, he was brought on as a love interest for Steffi. They've had a few roadblocks along the way, with Liam always ready to catch her if she falls away from Finn. The bond between Liam and Steffi remains as they are co-parents of Kelly Spencer and love spending time together as a family. But recent events have brought Lope closer, and fans are wondering what their next step is. Is it possible they reunite as a family, or even marry again? According to Clifton, obviously you can tell that they're heading in that direction. They're finding their way back to each other. And I really hope, and I think I even believe, that it'll stick this time, at least for some non-trivial amount of time. Fans have become used to Liam's waffling between Steffi and Hope, but this time may be different. For one thing, Steffi seems amazingly happy with Finn, who has what it takes to keep her interest. Based on what Clifton said about Lope, it sounds as if the star-crossed couple may enjoy a period of uninterrupted bliss for the near future, maybe even remarriage. Clifton also referenced the lessons learned by both characters and the growth they've achieved over time. Liam's fake brain tumor was a flashpoint for Liam and Hope, and they appear ready to settle down and raise Beth Spencer together. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Beth could play a key part in her parents' reunion. And you don't want to miss a minute of the cuteness about to unfold as Hope and Liam remember what's really important in life. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the next 3 weeks, October 27th to November 14th, reveal that Steffi Forrester Finnegan may go on the hunt for information while Hope Logan sounds the alarm. Ridge Forrester will also smell trouble, so here's what B&B's cooking up. The week of October 27 to 31st will deliver some reunion happiness for Hope, Liam Spencer, and Beth Spencer. It looks like Liam will lock in a speedy engagement to Hope before they leave Beth ecstatic over the news. As for Taylor Hayes, she'll let the lines blur between patient and potential lover. Deacon Sharp's next therapy session will take an intense turn, so he'll insist Taylor deserves better than Ridge and find himself drawn to her lips. During a Hope for the Future team meeting in the showroom, Deke Sharp will want to introduce Remy Price to everyone. That'll be a problem, since Deke doesn't realize Remy stalked Electra Forrester and created deepfake photos that derailed her life. Of course, Electra will be quick to let Deke know exactly what Remy is capable of. The same goes for Ivy Forrester, who'll be part of these scenes along with Hope and Daphne Rose. Hope will no doubt sound the alarm to Deke about Remy being a dangerous troublemaker and push her brother to put Remy behind him. Deke will likely dump Remy, but getting over him may not be so easy. During the week of November 3 to 7, Remy will beg Deke to understand that he just wants a clean slate. Although Remy made big mistakes, he'll want a chance to prove he's turned his life around. Deke won't be so sure considering Remy was friends with Luna Nozawa not too long ago. Even so, part of Deke may still love and want Remy. It could help Deke understand Deacon's perspective a bit better when it comes to Sheila Sharp. Speaking of Sheila, she might hope this Remy situation could work in her favor. Sheila might try to convince Deke to take Remy back in hopes that it'll convince Deacon to take her back too. As for Steffi, she may sense that Taylor is hiding something. Steffi knows her mom awfully well, so she may go on the hunt for information and try to get to the bottom of things. Will Steffi get the feeling that sparks have been flying between Taylor and Deacon? Ridge may also smell trouble and eventually figure out Deacon is crushing on Taylor hard. That could lead to Ridge warning Deacon to back off, especially when Taylor's vulnerable after a broken engagement. Carter Walton will inevitably get updates on Liam and Hope's wedding plans, but he'll focus on showering Daphne with attention. That could lead to a grand gesture or two by the time the week of November 10 to 14 rolls around. Carter knows Daphne isn't one of his typical damsels in distress, but she may appreciate him being Prince Charming anyway. We'll see Carter woo Daphne, and presumably let passion erupt with her in the not-too-distant future. Back with Hope, she'll have a lot on her plate between fashion show prep and gearing up for her nuptials with Liam. Hope will also keep weighing in on Deke and Deacon's love lives, so she'll have plenty of projects to tackle. Despite Luna's desire to get cozy at Bill Spencer's mansion again, he'll want to rid the place of her evil instead. Former Big Brother winner Rachel Riley will step back into her role as Rachel the bikini bar server, though this time she'll also do spiritual cleansings on the side. Rachel will serve as an energy healer in Bill's home, so she'll have some intriguing scenes with Bill, Liam, and Katie Logan on November 13th and November 14th. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say the next 3 weeks will bring some shockers and shakeups, so stay tuned for all the excitement. Deacon plays therapist and asks Taylor a loaded question. In the October 27th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon turned the tables on Taylor and took the reins of their therapy session. He was the one asking the questions. Once again, Deacon had to visit Taylor after being questioned about his relationship with Sheila. They're currently separated, but that doesn't mean they're divorced yet. During their session, Taylor shared that she's happy that Deacon is paying attention to their therapy sessions. Surprisingly, he's enjoyed exploring his feelings and asking himself the right questions, even when it comes to his marriage. Deacon said he's been fascinated with Taylor. He's hanging on to her every word. Then, he wanted to flip the script during their therapy session. He asked her 3 simple words. "How are you?" This was a loaded question for Taylor to answer. She hasn't focused on herself. Rather, she's been focused on her patients and work. She's using work as an escape from the heartbreak she experienced after Ridge left her for Brooke. Taylor reminded Deacon that she was the psychiatrist and he was her patient. She should be asking him these questions, but she also admitted that it was a good question for Deacon to ask her. Deacon joked that they're both roadkill from Brooke and Ridge. Taylor asked him if that was a new term being used in therapy circles. Then, the conversation shifted to Taylor's life with Ridge. She became emotional as she admitted that she didn't like being the second choice once again. 3rd time's the charm for Taylor. She realized that she no longer wanted to be anyone else's second choice. Taylor was overcome with emotion, and Deacon offered her a shoulder to cry on. They both got up from their seats and embraced one another. Bold and the Beautiful took Sheila Carter and Luna Nozawa to the point of no return for redemption. But somehow, they found a way to finagle them back onto the CBS soap. Now Remy Price is about to start his journey back into the Forrester family's territory, but he already crossed a line that left him with 0 redeeming qualities for the Forresters. Yet, he shows up at FC this week. Bold and the Beautiful had Sheila Carter as the #1 enemy of the people after her dangerous reign. Then her newly discovered granddaughter, Luna Nozawa, perpetuated the cold-blooded line within the family, possibly even topping Sheila's crimes. While both women should be behind bars for the rest of their lives, this is Bold and Beautiful. So, that means their world offers plenty of second chances. We have seen both Sheila and Luna get those chances. These are chances that most likely would not happen in real life. And now it is Remy Price's turn. Bold and the Beautiful has Remy Price at Forrester Creations this week. Why this guy would even take a chance at roaming around the building has fans scratching their heads. He's already warned his new love interest, Deke Sharp, not to mention his name while working at FC. So why chance it by visiting Deke at work? But Remy does, and the previews suggest he is cornered into meeting Deke's co-workers, including Electra Forrester. Remy originally ended up in LA because he stalked Electra, following her to the city. Because she didn't want him, Remy posted her face on some risque photos and set them free on social media. Electra became devastated and humiliated by what Remy did. The climax of his stalking took place on the top of a building where he struggled with Electra. During that event, she was close to falling, but Will Spencer jumped in and saved her. After this, he went to jail, and Bold and the Beautiful fans thought this was the character's exit from the soap, since he wasn't involved in any storyline. Here we go again, as Remy Price, who went to jail for what he did to Electra, is suddenly in the midst of the Forresters once more. Deke shared with his sister, Hope Logan, that he is in a relationship and that they are living together. But like Remy requested, Deke never disclosed Remy's name. And while his father, Deacon Sharp, and a few others also know Deke is involved, they don't know his new partner's name. But they will this week. In what looks like another attempt at impossible redemption, Remy Price brings gasps when Deke introduces him to his Forrester co-workers. Deke will likely learn why Remy brings a look of horror to Elektra's face, which will probably leave him devastated. But depending upon what Bold and the Beautiful does next, it could mean Remy works his way back into good standing. They've done it before with many characters, most recently Sheila Carter and Luna Nozawa. So why not Remy Price? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Tuesday, October 28th, 2025, reveal Hope and Liam making a big announcement. What is it about Hope Logan and engagement rings? In 2024, she walked around with one around her neck for months, while in 2025, she is on to her second one on her finger. Hope just took off Carter Walton's engagement rite less than 3 weeks ago, and now she will be sporting one that Liam Spencer sticks on her finger. Hope and Liam happily tell the Logan sisters their big news. Brooke Logan, Katie Logan, and Donna Logan will be thrilled for the couple. Brooke has been pushing Hope toward Liam for years, and even convinced Hope to give up her virginity to Liam before she was really ready. This is Brooke's dream come true, because she never wanted Hope to leave Liam and be with Thomas Forrester anyway. Will this wedding go off without a hitch, and will Carter be the one to officiate, which would make things super awkward? Luna Nozawa's grandmothers don't know how things went so wrong, so fast. They both thought that they could control Luna, but Luna is out of control and listens to nobody, as that is what psychotic, delusional young women are prone to do. They are reckless, and Luna fits the bill. She is reckless even from the inside of a jail cell. Lee Finnegan and Sheila Carter commiserate over Luna's big mess and wonder if there is anything they can do. Well, Sheila wonders because she still cares about the girl. But Lee is ready to wash her hands of her. She risked everything to save Luna and hide her, and this was the thanks she got? Luna going off and raping a boy and then becoming pregnant? It's just awful. Will Lee change her tune when she learns Poppy Nozawa is after the big bucks she thinks Luna's baby can bring her? Her? The Bold and the Beautiful recap is finally in for Monday, October 27th, 2025. In today's episode, Sheila Carter Sharp bonds with Lee Finnegan. Meanwhile, Hope Logan answers Liam Spencer's marriage proposal. In the showroom at Forrester Creations, Brooke Logan Forrester discusses a design with Hope. Liam sends the designer a text message. The blonde is reminded of her love for him. Hope exits, and Donna Logan Forrester enters. They gossip about Lope. At Brooke's house, Katie Logan enters with Beth Spencer. Beth goes to play while Liam thanks Katie for helping out. The brunette is excited for Lope to reunite. Hope arrives, so Katie takes Beth for a snack. Liam starts his proposal pitch. They bring up Liam nearly dying from the cancer scam. Hope meant every word she said. She will always love him. Liam promises Hope that she will never question his commitment ever again. Then, he gets down on one knee and pulls out a ring box. Hope says yes. Lee stops by to see Sheila at her place. They both agree that this is all Bill Spencer's fault. They move on to Deacon Sharp. Sheila is hopeful that Taylor Hayes will be a good influence on Deacon. If anyone can get to Deacon's heart, it's Taylor. Lee comments that Taylor has a way of touching her patients. Yuck. Sheila admits that she saw Deacon and Taylor hugging. Lee laughs and wonders if Sheila is worried about Taylor. The waitress says if Deacon ever cheats, it better not be with Taylor because she'll kill her. Over at Taylor's office, Deacon mentions the pressure from everyone to dump Sheila. Deacon knows the decision has to be his, though. Taylor is impressed that Deacon actually is taking her advice. Deacon brings up Ridge Forrester. Deacon suggests she find something bigger and better than Ridge. Oh my. Taylor starts to get emotional, so Deacon embraces her. Is a kiss going to come next? Will Sheila happen to see it? Will that put Taylor in the line of fire? Keep watching to find out.